Hello, my name is Hassan Abdulkarim, and this is a solo project on human resource. And today I'm going to be talking about how the HR is transitioning to working remotely and how that can affect our future and what changes will need to be made. Now, to begin with, I'm going to talk about the change of work for HR to transition to an online work environment. Um, with an advert of remote work, employee engagement has been a challenge for HR professionals. According to this source called Gallup, high levels of workspace engagement often lead to higher performance, ultimately driving an aligned, thriving, and purpose-driven culture among employees of a company. In a fully workspace, HR must communicate more than just company updates. They also need to monitor how employees are dealing with their new remote situation. This ensures how HR is doing everything it can to keep the remote workforce satisfied and productive. HR departments for remote workspaces also need to create suitable benchmarks to measure employees' job performance virtually. With the remote work, employees' activities are less directly noticeable by the managers and HR. Um, Therefore, success or failures from company employees could easily be overlooked on a day-to-day basis. Moving on to my next point, I'm going to be talking about how the change of the dynamics of the relationship between managers and workers are driven based on HR relations to work remotely online. Um, HR must continuously maintain clear communication with workers, as many have still not fully adapted to working from home. When in person, many offices likely had open door policies and free flowing communication. To maintain this culture in remote workspace, HR managers have had to get creative. This might mean facilitating conversations or giving employees the tools to transfer this culture and style into virtual setting. In the departure from office-centered work, many employees may feel disconnected from their jobs or company culture as a whole. HR has had to step up to provide virtual engagements tactics to support remote employees. This includes also the use of co-working platforms and contribution tools, as well as special employees events and meetings. Unique engagement tactics and perks spearheaded by HR ensures workers feel involved and are on the same page with any company goal. Now, what role can HR play in the transition from a traditional work environment? Um, I found that HR can play five major roles in the transition from traditional work environment to online. The first one is managing staff retention through employee engagement. The role of HR doesn't end when a new employee has been added to the system and gone through the onboarding process. Staff retention is vital to the success of any business. Regularly replacing people and retraining comes at a high cost. Second, in the past, employees' wellness wasn't very high on any boardroom agenda, but things have changed. Executives have realized that a happy and healthy workforce is a productive workforce. The role of HR in employee wellness is crucial. And the third point I'm going to be making is employee compensation and benefits. Employee cash remuneration is always discussed with individual line and hiring managers, and annual increases are kept in line with strategic policies made at the executive level. Now, HR generally only makes recommendations and reports on market-related statistics gathered from reputable sources like PayScale. Um, Another fourth role that HR can play during this transition is compliance with labor law and local legislation. um, Now, this last thing I'm going to be talking about is how employee training and development. This comes at a cost. It's far better to upskill a good employee than to hire a new person. Training and development is a crucial role to HR, who work closely with line management to identify training needs as well as future leadership potential. Training can be handled internally, or HR can source suitable training institutions. My next point of this project is I'm going to be talking about how can HR build a corporate culture using what tools. In today's modern work environment, company culture is vital. Your company culture is the heart of your organization, a combination of your business values, missions, and goals. It is not built overnight, but rather it is practically worth making for your employees, HR and leaderships as well, not only employees. A big part of your company culture is your values. They are not core pillars guiding your organization and need to be at the forefront of your employees' minds. For remote employees, your company values are a concrete understanding of how your organization operates and how you create a positive work environment. Um, I know that these days, when you apply to a company, discrimination is a big thing, and it is um, it is not condoned anywhere to discriminate anyone because of their cultural beliefs, but rather than a welcoming and an acceptance for who they are and what they believe in and how they choose they want their lifestyle to be. We can learn from this, from many different people that we see, because each person has their own unique traits. So when you meet someone new, you can learn from them. You can ask them questions about their culture. You don't have to agree with them, but you can rather understand, um, their beliefs and respect it. Respect, I think, is a big thing in companies, and I think this should be condoned in all companies. Um, as we're moving to 2023, it's a big thing, to respect cultural beliefs of our employees. And now, what should be doing now to prepare for HR transitioning to an online work environment? What we should be doing to prepare is be clear on the scope of our role, priorities, and workflows. To be effective at working remotely, we need to have a clear understanding of how our key responsibilities, on how they work. We need to discuss our role and responsibilities on, and how they align with businesses' needs with our managers. That way, we can prioritize the tasks and projects that have the most impact on organizational performance. Setting measurable goals and KPIs will help us track our performance and the progress we're making. It will be easier for us to not only spot opportunities for improvement, but also showcase our work to our team and our managers. Um, Furthermore, we need to get to know the organization and its teams and process to understand how our work influences others and where theirs impacts ours. We need to make sure that we are clear about where we are involved in the process and where dependencies lie. Besides creating effective workflows, this also helps prevent misunderstandings. Thank you so much for tuning in to my project, and I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you.